So a friend of mine stopped me and she was like, I went to this awful meeting. It was like a hybrid meeting. She was on the wall in the meeting, and the guy who was running the meeting, I think, was a bit underprepared. There was no agenda. She wasn't really included in the meeting, and the sound was awful. Apparently, all she could hear was like things being dropped on tables throughout the meeting and like phones buzzing. And at some point, she was called into the meeting, but wasn't the guy clearly didn't know why she was there. And she just left the meeting feeling really like, well, what was the point of that? Why was I here? And it breaks my heart. Have you come across this?
I know this meeting. No, yes, I've been to those meetings. I have talked to colleagues, been to those meetings. So what's the thing here? Is it about the hybrid stuff that somebody's on the wall, or is it something else?
On the surface, I think it is. It's easy to say, well, yes, this is about being aware about being in the hybrid mode and how you involve people. Actually, when you go a bit deeper, I think this is about thinking inclusively. What do I need to do to include everybody in that meeting? And that includes people online, the using
Hmm.
people's names on a camera, making sure that the tech works. And then when I go beyond that, I think it's about being organized.
Yeah,
There wasn't an agenda. So it's just as simple as if there was an agenda that was thought through, if the person had arrived 15 minutes before to set the check, if they'd done a rehearsal. So that bit of prep time
hmm.
is important and might be hard to find. But if you're running meetings repeatingly, then that prep time shrinks for every time
Yeah,
you need to
yeah,
repeat the meeting.
yeah.
Um,
So what to do if you're in that situation? You feel so. I mean, because we've all been to bad meetings. What do you do?
I know it's easy
Is there
for
a
us.
practical thing?
It's easy for us to say, "Oh, here's the fix," but what do you do if you're the meeting leader, or what do you do if you're the participant in that meeting? What do you think, Safari?
Uh, um, I think if you're a participant, don't raise that question then and there. Do it afterwards. Ask for a chat with the meeting leader. Report on this is how I experienced it. It doesn't feel good. It feels like a waste. What can we do?
Mm,
Don't do it in the meeting because that would just be another disturbance.
mm. But not long after the meeting. I mean, not like
No,
next
no,
week or the week after, but like pretty quick.
no.
Like,
Just do it
here's the
right
thing, just so
afterwards.
you know, this was quite hard for me to participate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that might be hard because if this is an internal meeting, if it's a boss running a meeting, it might be difficult to get that feedback. And if you're the boss, I guess listen. And if you go to that meeting the second time round and it's still the same, Svenari,
Yeah, yeah. What to do then? Repeat with force. I mean, it's 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 a cultural thing. It's hard to change those meetings. So
yeah,
don't give up. You have to keep working on it.
yeah,
Probably, if you experience it as a bad meeting, somebody else in the meeting will as well.
yeah, yeah. And changing the culture of meetings and the way that our work works isn't simple, which is, I guess, why we have our jobs, Fenari.